So I actually nearly quit being in tech entirely, and I nearly just pivoted and wanted to get into a completely different industry. I remember being in the tutor room for my computer science group project and telling my tutor I'd like to drop out, please. And it was in that moment where I was 100% committed to just looking the other way and quitting. So I want to tell that story and what triggered it. But just for a bit of background, I actually ended up graduating computer science, and I've been working as a software engineer for the past 3.5 years. But yeah, there was a moment in time where I seriously thought about just walking away from it entirely and pivoting into a completely different industry. And I'm going to tell that story, and maybe this is useful for someone who might be having the same thoughts, or is feeling a bit unsure about computer science or tech or even the field that they're in entirely. And yeah, hopefully this is insightful for you. But if not, it could just be an interesting story to hear. But yeah, so it was 2018, and I was in my first year studying computer science. And yeah, there was the moment in time where I thought, this isn't for me. I remember just looking around me, seeing all the people, like they all knew what they were doing. They all had kind of different personalities to me, and they all knew how to code from young. And yeah, I was like, this isn't for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to code. And yeah, I thought, you know what, I tried, but this isn't for me. I actually took computer science at A level a couple years before that at AS, and I ended up dropping it because I was like, this is just quite boring. But I thought I'd give it another go at uni, since, like most other people who are into tech or CS, I play games. I was into, like, I'm using the computer all the time. I built my PC at the time. I was like, I could probably figure out computer science. I was like, it can't be that hard. But starting it, I'm like, this looks like gibberish. Everyone knows what to code, and I don't know any of this stuff. And yeah, so I sat my tutor down in my first year of uni. I said, look, how do I get the process started? I wanna switch courses. And he asked me a question. He was like to me, what made you pick this degree? Why did you pick computer science? And I was like, well, I went on Google and typed in like high paying jobs after uni, and you know the top ones were computer science and finance. And so I was like, I'll probably figure out computer science. And I thought me saying that answer would, like, you know confirm, or he would like affirm what I'm doing is the right thing by switching courses, because I thought him being maybe like this veteran PhD researcher in the industry, having this passion for tech, I'm sure he would tell me, you've got to have that passion as well, and I've got the wrong incentives. But he actually told me, oh, that's a really good good incentive. That's a good reason to get into the industry. And I was like, okay, interesting. And then so he's like to me, so why do you wanna switch courses? And I was like, well, everyone knows how to code, and I think for me, it's just, I don't know what I'm doing. And he said to me, you've got something that the industry needs right now, and that's communication skills. And I remember him saying that, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, how am I gonna get hired? I don't know how to code. And but I took what he said, and actually it really you know grew on me after, and I realized I was seeing things quite black and white. I was seeing it, if it's either you know how to code or you don't, and that's how you get hired. But it's actually not true. There are so many more skills that you need. You need to be a bit charismatic. You need a bit of a personality. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to present. And I'm not saying you need to be the best of those, but you need to have something. They don't just want, or at the time, they didn't just want someone who could just, write code and be the best coder. There might be, some firms that do that, but, there are interview processes where they actually need to get along with you and you need to be able to communicate your feelings and thoughts to the team. And, they want someone who can work as a team. And so, I realized that, and I was like, okay, cool. So he said to me, the technical skills will come later. And so, yeah, I stopped. I no longer saw things as black and white, and I realized, like, it's just another skill. It's just another skill you need to learn. It's like technical. You got interpersonal, you got communication. These are all just skills you need to just acquire. You need to just learn. And yeah, I started seeing life as like a RuneScape game, man. I just got a skill, man. I just got to get my skills up. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not actually, put 100% into learning this stuff. Let me actually try, because if I, try my best and then I fail, I can actually, like, think to myself, yeah, I tried, this isn't for me. But I didn't even actually 100% try. Like, did I actually, you know, speak to the right people? I didn't actually immerse myself in the industry. So Yeah, so what made me stay is I actually had like the support system online where I immersed myself in like Discord communities, on forums, and I made sure to subscribe to channels like mine. Hint, hint. Yeah, no, I actually like subscribe to a bunch of like tech people and programming stuff, and kind of just force myself and like immerse myself in the industry. And that way I kind of was like almost like faking it till I make it, in a way where I'm like, this is I belong here, and I was trying to like remove that imposter syndrome that I had and that little voice in my head. And I feel like looking back, I'm obviously glad I stayed because it's now my career, my full-time job. But kind of just like a message to you guys that might be going through something, like it's okay to question everything. That's like part of growing and part of the development. And at the time, I don't know if you how old you guys are, but like from like 16 to 18, kind of like deciding your whole future and your career, it's very difficult. And that's why I really encourage people to, you know, you, you can job switch at any point in your career. Like, seeing no matter what age you are, you can learn how to code as long as you put the time and effort into it. Or, it could be any skill. You can start whenever. Um, but yeah, yeah, I think really immerse yourself in a community is really good. We have a community as well now. We've got around 50 members, and so I do recommend joining it. It's a Discord community. The link is in the description or in the comments. But yeah, we've got people in there who are really good and they're crazy developers and they're making a million different projects. And then we've got some newbies who are still learning and asking questions. And this is like kind of like the best place to be because you get to really learn from each other and immerse yourself in the industry. And but yeah, that's that story, and hopefully this was insightful for some of you. And I will see you in the next one.